full moon on the Sierra. After the show, the lights go down. Another rocky road leading.
There's a place in the mountains where we like to go, when the whole world is moving too fast. You and I can take it slow. We wake up in the morning to our favorite fishing hole. Let the whole world keep on moving, but you and I will take it slow. So let's just move up to the mountains forever. We'll get so high, you and I, we can't come down. Let's just move up to the mountains where that cool stream flows, and let the whole world keep on moving, but you and I will take it slow.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm Bob Getz, the producer and this week's host. There's a gentleman over my right-hand corner that actually performed, and if I'm not mistaken, wrote the song that you just heard a clip of. The gentleman's name is Kelly Ray Burkham. How you doing, Kelly?
I'm doing great, Robert. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing fine. I have to tell you that my wife adores your vocals. She says it is so smooth, and it definitely is country.
Well, I appreciate that.
So, for you out there, though his name is Kelly Ray Burkham, his stage name that he uses is his first and middle name. And your band's name is Santa Fe?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, it was?
It was Santa Fe.
Oh, it was Santa Fe. So, do you have a band now?
No, actually, at this point in time, I do not have a band. But that's not to say that we won't get it back up and go on. Right now, we're just taking a break.
Oh, you should. Let me tell you a little bit more about this gentleman over my right-hand side. Back in 2006, the Lincoln Journal, which I believe is a newspaper in Lincolnton, Georgia.
Yeah, yep, sure is.
Now, I'm going to read you a little paragraph that they wrote about this man. And you may put a smile to your face, because I know it did me. I had to chuckle because of a few lines that came out of it. It says, Kelly Ray Burkham has the look of a country singer. Most importantly, he has the voice that'll make you want to hug your mama, but you should be doing that anyway. Jump a train, as long as it's not moving. Spend a night in jail. I worked on the outside part of the jail, so I know all about that. Buck dance on a courthouse steps. What the heck is buck dancing on as far as that?
Must be a Georgia thing. I never heard of it either.
I'm trying to think of what the heck is buck dancing, you know, especially on a courthouse steps. And last, cry in your Starbucks Frappuccino with 2 shots of espresso. Talk about riding the walls. Like I said, you couldn't help but chuckle reading that one paragraph describing a gentleman with all these adjectives on how he performs and how he writes his music, how he performs his music, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And when you get to hear his first song, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, let's hear a little bit about you as a country singer, family man, etc.
Well, I guess I could just start from the beginning and tell you a little bit. I started when I was very young. Me and my brother were are just a year apart, and we would go to my father's rehearsals. He played music all our life, and before we were born. And his name is Wade Holland, and he's passed away now. And actually, one of the songs that you'll probably be playing today was written for him. And he played with Mickey Gilley back in the day when we were, before we were even born, down in Westlake, Louisiana. And then he met my mom, and of course he had to keep it local. But we would go to his rehearsals with him, and I was real interested in the drums, and my brother was interested in the guitar. And by the time we were 9, 10 years old, we kind of formed our own little band and just took off from there. And when I was about 18 years old, I decided to start writing and recording, so I left the drums alone and started fronting my own bands, and it's just kind of gone crazy since then.
Well, the first song that will be showcased, the title of it is "What's Tomorrow Gonna Bring." Listening to that song, I thank God I watched the whole thing as opposed to just listening to the beginning of it, where it sounds really great. But then if you don't watch the whole video, you won't know the outcome of why it was being sung, if I'm not mistaken. I don't want to give it away because if I do, they're going to actually know what the ending's going to be like. So can you give us a little bio on what tomorrow's going to bring?
What Tomorrow's Gonna Bring, I started writing that actually after the Columbine shooting here in Colorado. I just started thinking about things and things that's going on in the world and happening, and you know, when all that happened with those kids here at this school, I started writing it. And
well, that was back in 1999, was it? That was back in April of 1999?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, that was, don't seem like that long ago, but it has been that long.
Yeah.
And so basically it's a song just saying, pay attention to what's going on right now today, and don't take for granted what's happening today, because, you know, tomorrow may not ever get here. And that's kind of the gist of the song. And like you said, you know, you just have to kind of watch the video and listen to the words to kind of get the grip on it. Well,
we here in Connecticut can attest on how you must have felt in Colorado, being that 2 years ago in December we had the same scenario with the Sandy Hook crisis as well, similar to the Columbine, only ours were elementary students as opposed to high school students.
Right.
So we know that, and it's still fresh in our minds as far as that part's concerned. So,
oh, yeah.
So for you out there, here's Kelly Ray performing "What's Tomorrow Gonna Bring."
We all get dressed and say goodbye, walk right out that door, always taken for granted we're gonna come back home again. But sometimes that ain't the way it goes. You better listen to me, friend. Better take your daughter by the hand and let her know you care. You better ask your son about his day and let him know you're there. Better hold your mama close to you and love her tenderly, 'cause we just don't ever know what tomorrow's gonna bring. Wake up in the morning, still hurting from the day before. I've cried all the tears I can cry, don't think I could take no more. I said, Lord, just help me with my child. She looks like she's hanging on. She just looked at me as her eyes grew dim, and the good Lord took her home. just don't ever know what tomorrow's gonna bring. Oh, we just don't ever know what tomorrow's gonna bring.
Welcome back. Heartfelt. Hit home like right here in Connecticut too. Well, we had already discussed a little bit about his family background as far as them performing, as far as music was concerned. Your dad was a singer, songwriter, and a rhythm guitarist, as far as I read. But you have a daughter that does backup to your music.
Yeah, she does go in the studio with me from time to time, and I enjoy her doing backups for me. But you know, to her defense, her backing me up is kind of a joke, really, in the family, because she is such a wonderful singer. She has a very, very unique voice, and to listen to her sing by herself, I should probably be backing her up most of the time. But yeah, she's a very incredible singer.
Well, one of the songs that she allegedly backs you up is called "Phone Call from Daddy."
Yeah, yeah, she did some in "Phone Call from Daddy," and then I had one of my younger daughters actually at the very end of that song say, you know, what she says and everything. So I try to involve my kids in my songs, and then she's singing a lot of backup on another song that I have on my CD called "Somewhere in Between."
Well, that's going to be
really good on
that. Actually, is going to be the next song that's going to come up after we get done with this song. So we're jumping the gun here. So here's Kelly Ray performing with his daughter back as a background. "Phone Call from Daddy."
Dreamed I called my little girl on the phone long distance today. You know, she sounded kind of upset, didn't really have too much to say. But when she realized it was her daddy talking to her on the phone, I heard my little girl crying, and she said, "Daddy, won't you please come home?" I heard her say, "'Cause Daddy, I love you. Daddy, I need you." She said, "Daddy, please come home so we can do all the things we used to do." When I hung up the phone, had to wipe those tears from my eyes. Well, I knew I missed my little girl, but just how much I didn't realize. And the words my little girl spoke to me really touched me deep down inside. And though I tried to hold it back, I think my little girl heard her daddy cry. 'Cause baby, I love you. Baby, I need you. Your daddy's coming home so we can do all the things we used to do. know you're so young, and you can't understand why Daddy had to go away. But when I come back home to you, sweetheart, you know your daddy's gonna stay. 'Cause Daddy loves you, Daddy needs you, and your daddy's coming home so they can do all the things we used to do. She said, Daddy, I love you, Daddy, I need you. She said, Daddy, please come home so we can do all the things we used to do. Your daddy's coming home, and we'll do all the things we used to do. I love you, darling.
I love you too, Daddy.
Welcome back. And by the way, Kelly Ray's daughter's name is Chrissy. So, Mr. Kelly Ray, I was reading a little bit of your bio, and it says, though you live in Colorado, you were once a glazer on a skyscraper. What the heck is a glazer?
A lot of people ask that question. It's basically we go into these new builds, these buildings, and build frames, and basically it's just the guys who go in there and put the windows in. We deal with the glass and all inside. They just call it glazer. I don't know why they call it that, but that's what it is, just installing glass in buildings.
Now, you did that from the inside or the outside?
Definitely the inside.
Okay, the window washers are on the outside, huh? We'll get that straight. Your next song that we've got that's coming up is called Somewhere in Between.
Well, with that song, when I wrote that song, I just kind of thought about two people that, you know, the woman don't really have her mind made up if she wants a real dedicated relationship, and the guy's totally in love with her. But instead of not having anything at all, he's willing to take what she has to offer. So he's just saying, you know, I'm not asking you to fall totally in love with me. Just you know, meet me somewhere in between, and I'll be happy. And that's kind of what that is.
Yeah. Here's Kelly Ray performing Somewhere in Between. I know you like it.
I know you don't wanna fall in love. That's alright with me, long as I can look in your eyes and hold you close to me. 'Cause you've got a heart that's been broken. I got a heart that knows what you mean. I'm not asking you to fall in love. I was hoping our hearts could meet somewhere in between. Yeah, I was hoping our hearts could meet somewhere in between. You think you need to quit coming around and maybe stop calling me? If that's what you're gonna do, let me turn around so I don't see. 'Cause I'll have a heart that's been broken. You'll have a heart that knows what I mean. I'm not asking you to fall in love. I was hoping our hearts could meet somewhere in between. Yeah, I was hoping our hearts could meet somewhere in between. No, you don't wanna fall in love, and that's alright with me, as long as I can look in your eyes and hold you close to me. 'Cause you've got a heart that's been broken. I've got a heart that knows just what you mean. I'm not asking you to fall in love. I was hoping our hearts could meet somewhere in between. Yeah, I was hoping our hearts could meet somewhere in between. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, I was hoping our hearts could meet somewhere in between.
Kelly, you've received a number of awards for your musical accomplishments, and you were named Entertainer of the Year at the Colorado Country Music Festival. Do you remember when that was?
Actually, me and my band went to did that in let's see, 2006 and 2007, I believe, is when we won that award. Well, 2 years in a row.
Well, that's still got to be a high point to your, I would say, expertise, your professionalism, whatever you want to use. But that's got to be a high point as far as receiving something.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting. They have that once a year. It's actually called the Colorado Country Music Hall of Fame, and they also do it in Nebraska as well. And we went down there for 2 years and won Band of the Year, and both years in a row I won the Pro Songwriting Division. So that felt pretty good, and had people from England and all over the place there. It's actually a pretty big event, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. But I haven't been able to do that over the last 4 or 5 years. Mostly just concentrating on other things right now, and starting to write some new material and thinking about getting in the studio. So not a lot of time for that, but it was fun when we did it. It was a good time.
Well, right now, the song that you'll be performing, to me, is a combination of Jerry Lee Lewis and Travis Tritt. I mean, there's a combo for you, and it's called Got Me in Trouble. Explain that one, because it has that, to me, it has that like a rockabilly Jerry Lee Lewis, but it has that down home gruff Travis Tritt type persona.
Well, really to explain that song would be that's one of my older songs from down when I was living in Texas. I wrote that particular song, and basically I was dating this girl, and her daddy actually was a judge, and I'd gotten into a little trouble there on the highway one evening, and got my license suspended for a little bit, and the one and only time that ever happened. And she kept asking me to come see her and come see her and come see her, and finally I did and took a chance on it and got busted by her dad. So that's kind of, you know, it was a pretty easy one to write. It was just a story that came together pretty simple.
Well, that's picture perfect for a country song if you ever did hear one. So here's Kelly Ray performing Got Me in Trouble.
Well, I was cruising down the road with you on my mind, so deep in thought I didn't know I was blind. When I looked in my mirror, girl, what did I see? Them blue lights was flashing, he was after me. You done got me in trouble.
Got me in trouble.
Yeah, you got me in trouble.
Got me in trouble.
Well, you got me in trouble and you didn't even have to be there. Well, I pulled over with my alibi. He said I caught you doing over 99. Well, I begged him and I pleaded till my face was blue. He caught me, he put me, it's all because of you. You done got me in trouble.
Got me in trouble.
Yeah, you got me in trouble.
Got me in trouble.
Well, you got me in trouble and you didn't even have to be there. Well, my daddy pulled my bell and he let me out. He didn't say a word all the way to the house. We pulled up in the drive, he said, son, we gotta talk. Get her off your minor, you're gonna have to walk. You done got me into trouble.
Got me in trouble.
Yeah, you got me in trouble, girl.
Got me in trouble.
Yeah, you got me in trouble and you didn't even have to be there. Call me up on the telephone, crying, come and get me, boy, I'm all alone. I pulled up in your drive, girl, what did I see? Your daddy was a judge who took my license from me. You done got me into trouble.
Got me in trouble.
Yeah, you got me into trouble.
Got me in trouble.
Yeah, you got me in trouble and you didn't even have to be there. Yeah, you got me into trouble.
Got me in trouble.
Yeah, you got me into trouble.
Got me in trouble.
You got me in trouble.
Got me in trouble.
Well, you got me in trouble.
Got me in trouble.
Yeah, you got me in trouble and you didn't even have to be there. Don't call me no more.
A lot of your music brings home to the forefront, and as did the first three songs that you already performed here on the show, so does the final three. And the first song of the final three is called "I'll Never Let You Hurt Again." That was I'm going to use you as an example, kind of a thing, where let's say your new love had her old flame used to hurt her in some shape or form, whether it was mentally, physically, verbally, and you're not that type of person, and you're just trying to make her feel better.
Well, it was actually Yeah, it was actually a girl that I married here in Colorado, not long after I moved here, and basically what you said hit it on the nose. I mean, she had a really bad relationship, and it made her sour towards other people, and lost a lot of her trust and everything. It was just a song, kind of letting her know, I know what you've been through, but you're with somebody different now, and you just need to try to let that go so you can be happy and move on with your life instead of staying sour for the rest of your life. Just move on and go with the flow and understand that everyone's not the same. That's what the song's about.
Well, I know there's probably a few of you out there that are watching that probably had the same problem or situation that Kelly Ray was in. So here, listen to Kelly Ray performing I'll Never Let You Hurt Again.
Know somebody hurt you not too long ago, but things are different now. It's time to let those feelings go. The first time I saw you, there was sadness in your eyes. I knew somebody done you wrong, and I wanted to make it right. So wipe those tears away from your pretty eyes. Forget about the times that we made you cry. And now you're right where you should have always been. Oh, and girl, I'll never let you hurt again. Oh, I'll never let you hurt again. Girl, I'm sure you do. But sometimes I'm scared your memories of him gonna come between me and you. Well, I sure hope you're listening, girl, 'cause the words I say are true. I'll never let you hurt again. That's a promise from me to you. So wipe those tears away from your pretty eyes. Forget about the times that he made you cry. And now you're right where you should have always been. I'll never let you hurt again. Oh, I swear you're never gonna hurt again. Now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord you I can keep, so I can make sure you never hurt again. So wipe those tears away from your pretty eyes. Forget Oh, you know, you're never gonna hurt again. Girl, I swear I'll never let you hurt again.
The next song that we're going to be doing, I want to say it's similar, but not, and it's called "I'm Not Blind," kind of a thing. It's a different aspect of almost the same scenario. Can I use that?
I'm Not Blind is a song that I wrote. It's kind of the same too, you know. I mean, every song is written from a story, something that's going on with you, something that's happened in your life. And if something goes on with me that hurts my heart, or I see someone else get hurt, or I do something to hurt somebody, you think about it for a while and you start conjuring up all these thoughts, and that's how I write my songs. I'm Not Blind. It was a girl that I knew in the past, and the tables was kind of turned, you know. Instead of her being the one hurting, she was the one doing the hurting. And if you listen to the words to the song really good, you'll understand that basically, I'm not blind. I can see what you're doing, type of thing. You know, unlike a whole lot of other country songs or cheating songs, and this one basically she was cheating, and I could see that. So basically, it just, you know, it's called "I'm Not Blind," and I guess you would get a bigger picture of it just listening to it.
Well, here's Kelly Ray. "I'm Not Blind." Enjoy.
Climb into bed, pull up the covers, then you turn and face the wall. And though I've been gone all day, it's like you don't miss me at all. And if I'm not mistaken, I'd say you got someone on your mind. Well, it's all just a little hazy, but girl, you know I'm not blind. Well, you know I'm not blind, 'cause I can surely see there's a new smile on your face now, and I know it's not for me. There's a strange look in your eyes, girl, you're kind of gleaming all the time. It's all just a little hazy, but you know I'm not blind. But you know I'm not blind, 'cause I can surely see there's a new smile on your face now, and I know it's not for me. There's a strange look in your eyes, girl, kind of gleaming all the time. Well, it's all just a little hazy, but you know I'm not blind. swear I heard you talk in your sleep. I can't recall what you said, but I know you weren't talking to me. When you came home last night, you had a strange look on your face. If I didn't know any better, I'd say someone's taking my place. But you know I'm not blind, 'cause I can surely see there's a new smile on your face now, and I know it's not for me. There's a strange look in your eyes, girl, it's all just a little hazy, but you know I'm not blind. It's all just a little crazy, girl, but you know I'm not blind. Yeah, yeah.
Welcome back. Great job, Kelly. Love that. I'm Not Blind. I know you guys did too. The next song that we are going to be talking about is a personal song on Kelly's part. I believe this was Kelly's first song that he ever wrote. If you are computer savvy and you know of a website called YouTube, you'll actually be able to find this song on YouTube, and you'll also find out that it's got over 1 million hits on it. Me, I'm lucky to get 25 to 50 with what I do as far as the show is concerned, and just I'm to a point where I'm talking to someone that's got 1 million hits. You're saying to yourself, why isn't this song not out there on the radio? The song is titled Telephone from Heaven. And I'm going to let you talk about that one. I'm not even going to give you any bio, because this is Kelly's personal song, and I'm going to let him tell you all about it.
Well, it's actually, Robert, it's actually a song that I wrote. Wasn't the first song I wrote. The very first song I was Phone Call from Daddy. And I wrote that for my oldest daughter when she was 2. And so that was my very first song. But Telephone in Heaven is a song that I wrote after my father passed away. He was my idol. We played music together. I looked up to him and give him all the credit for what I've done in my music career, good and bad. You know, I mean, when I was younger, you know, I've been booed out of places before, and I've been asked back to places, and I'm sure just about everybody in the music industry has. But the one thing that no one can ever take away from a songwriter is their feelings and their thoughts and what it takes to put a song together. And this song was a song saying we're having internet connection problems here, so hopefully I'm still here. But anyway, it was a song that I wrote for my dad after he passed away, and just looking back at all the memories and everything, and you know, I won't go too far into detail and get too mushy, but I was going down to Louisiana when he was actually in hospice, and my sister was with him, and I was rushing and trying to get down there because I knew it was pretty serious, and I was about an hour from Westlake, Louisiana, where he was living, where he's from. And she called me on the phone and said that I could slow down. He passed away. And so I slowed down. I went on down there and, you know, stayed and attended the funeral. And actually on my drive back, I started writing this song because it's another thing, like you were talking about a minute ago. It's so true how we wish once something can no longer be said, that's when we really wish we would have said it. And that's kind of what Telephone in Heaven is. yeah, I just wish that I could talk to him and tell him some things that I wanted to tell him and didn't get a chance to. And, you know, if heaven had a telephone, it would, I'd probably spend every bit of money I have talking to him. But that's basically the gist of the song.
Yeah, I listened to the song, and my wife listened to the song, and she fell in love with the song, and she actually fell in love with your voice. But my dad passed away 3 years ago. It's one of those songs you kind of wish that you actually were able to get a hold of if you knew about it, and actually have it set to be played right there during the wake, where everyone can hear it. And I can almost guarantee that anybody that's going to listen to that song, and if it doesn't bring tears to your eyes, you have no tear ducts. I'm sorry. It's that good a song. Even talking about it, my throat clogging up a little bit, and I didn't write the song. I did listen to the song, and I can imagine how it's affecting Kelly himself. So here's Kelly Ray performing Telephone from Heaven. I know you'll love it.
There was a telephone in heaven. How I'd love to talk to my dad. I'd tell him that I love him and I miss him. And I'm sorry for the times we've never had. Well, I wonder if they'd charge me by the minute. And I wonder if they'd charge me by the mile. Call up that old angel operator. Could I please talk to my daddy for a while? Telephone in heaven. I wish there was a telephone in heaven. How I'd love to talk to my grandma. Tell her that I miss her Sunday cooking. Haven't eaten like that since you went to meet Grandpa. Well, I wonder if they'd charge me by the minute. And I wonder if they'd charge me by the mile. I'd call up that old angel operator. Could I please talk to my grandma for a while? Telephone in heaven. There was a telephone in heaven. How I'd love to talk to the Lord of mine. I'd tell him that I love him and I'm thankful for watching over all these loves of mine. And I know he wouldn't charge me by the minute, and I'm sure he wouldn't charge me by the mile. Call up that old angel operator. Say thank you for this big long distance smile. Telephone in heaven. Well, I know he wouldn't charge me by the minute. Yeah, I know he wouldn't charge me by the mile. Call up that old angel operator. Say thank you for this big long distance smile. Telephone in heaven.
Well, as you can see, we're at the end of our interview with Kelly Ray Burkham. I also found out that he has a son that performs his own music, and I believe I was told he's a rap artist. How does a rap artist and a country artist live under the same household, under the same roof, so to speak? How does that work?
Well, for the longest time, when he was younger, it worked out really good. You know, I'd be in the kitchen with my guitar rehearsing and practicing, and he'd come in and start beatboxing, and just kept getting better and better. And he did it all the way through high school, and moved to L.A. not too long ago, and formed a little group there, and did really well. Just got back here from Florida, and we do the same thing. It's great. You know, I mean, I took after my dad, and I thought maybe he would take after me, but he went a totally different route. But he's very, very talented at what he does, and there's a big market for it. You know what he does, and I have a feeling if he keeps going the way he's been going, he's gonna do something big, and he's got my blessing. I mean, music's music, and if it's in your heart, I don't try to deter him one way or the other. He's very good at what he does, and he can do country just as well. It's just not his preference.
So maybe you can work with him, and so he can become another Cowboy Troy, or maybe Jason Aldean doing his rap stuff.
Right. He can definitely beatbox to any country song I can do, and it's funny because he comes where I'm playing sometime when I was playing all the time. And he'd get up on stage and get the microphone, and I'd get back on the drums, you know, being the next drummer, and we would duel and battle. And there's nothing I can do on the drums that he can't do with his mouth. And he's very, very talented.
Well, you have your music. You have websites in case anybody wishes to take a look at your music personally. You probably have a number of them. Could you relay that onto the our constituents as far as that is concerned?
Well, I'll just name a few. CDBaby.com is one of them. From the Heart of Kelly Ray on CDBaby.com. I have the album on there. iTunes, Bitmont, Napster, basically what a lot of people do, you know, besides YouTube and stuff like that. You can find me, you know, just by Googling my name, and it brings up a whole lot of different areas where my music can be found and stuff like that. But main one I'd have to say would be cdbaby.com, and just from the Heart of Kelly Ray.
How many songs have you written so far?
How many have I written?
Well, how many? Let's just put how many are recorded. Let's just put it that way.
I've recorded probably 30 songs to date. I've probably 30. I mean, I've written a lot more than that, but if I don't feel like it's gonna go over real well, I won't take time in the studio with it. But I've written probably anywhere between 30 and 40 songs, I would say. So,
well, from all of us here on OmnTV and or Nutmeg TV, I wish to thank you for allowing us into your home for this interview. I learned a lot, and my wife loves your music again. So, well, I appreciate that, Robert, and thank you so much for having me on. And tell your wife that I'm glad that she enjoys my stuff, and I'm very thankful that she gave it a listen. And I just wish everybody the best, and thank you very much. Well, you then, well, whoever's watching this, I'm going to say good morning, good afternoon, and good night to Kelly Ray at this point in time. So, Have a great day, what's left of it, and a safe week. Welcome back to what's left of this week's OmnTV. First thing I need to do, I need to apologize to you, Kelly. During the intro to your last song, I kept referring the title as Telephone from Heaven. I lost count how many times I did that, and need to correct it. It's Telephone in Heaven. So, my apology. At this time, we also like to thank Kelly Ray for allowing us into his home, talking about his music and his family. And I want to thank you for stopping by and watching us here on Nutmeg TV. So from all of us to all of you, have a great night and a safe week. Good night.